Alright, let's do this shit.
Alright, so everybody, apparently my compadre here is a piece of shit and has a TV straight out of 1998 with no HDMI ports. So...
Oh, I'm sorry. I told you to buy a capture card and the first thing you do is, oh, el gato.
Because one, it's the name of a cat in Spanish. Two, because it was the highest rated one on Amazon.
Hey, guess
and
what?
Three,
we can't play the highest rated one in my house.
Well, we'll just have to find a TV from this fucking decade in order to play this fucking...
It's not my fault, bro. Alright, go. Alright, we're playing Two Human. You
Which
can't
you
see
can't
it.
see, but... Well, this is a podcast. This is
what developers do when they're lazy as fuck and they're like, you know what, we're gonna make a podcast.
We gotta give the people something. So,
here's a podcast. Bro, you know what? Start a new game, bro. Start a new game.
Oh shit, did I hit
Yeah, you're playing as my character now.
Oh fuck, well...
Now you can't do anything about it.
Let's fucking Xbox.
No, don't dash.
Listen,
why do you pick Two Humans out of all the games to play?
Because it looked cool, and I heard that you
By the way,
could move a sword with
I
a
never
joystick.
seen. Yeah, that's true. I never seen a podcast ever, so I'm allowing you to lead this quest.
A, you don't see podcasts. Two, you hear them. And pie, you fucking download them usually and listen to them on like your iPod or MP3 or whatever, or your phone if you're that high tech.
It's raining.
It is raining.
Great.
Because
go ahead, play that. Alright, so this time don't pick my character. Start from scratch.
Aye. I'll be Penguino something.
No. Stay.
Fine. Does it have multiple save files?
Yeah.
I picked new game.
No, you didn't. You picked Continue Campaign.
Oh.
Yeah. Where's that now, huh? You have like up to 6 different characters you can pick from. But no, just go for the fucking first one. That's cool.
I mean, usually a person picks the first thing that comes to mind.
Continue game. Hey, my friend, why do you have that shitty profile? Because they didn't listen to me. You didn't listen to me.
Nobody knows what you're talking about. I clicked start campaign.
Manage characters. Go manage characters.
That's what it is. Why is this game so convoluted?
Now, new character.
Okay.
Alright, you're slot number 4. Pick a name.
1.
Oh, pick an actual name.
1.
Don't fucking put that.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to delete it. Now, you picked the character. Okay, I was about to say. Pick good. There you go.
Are you happy now?
Yes.
Okay.
Stop pressing A all the time.
Fucking. What do you think I should be as?
Garfield.
How about Garfield Rambo?
Yeah, Garfield Rambo. Now you're gonna play a game. Also, how long is this podcast gonna be? 'Cause
usually podcasts are like an hour, but we'll
play it by ear.
We'll play it by ear.
So we're just gonna keep talking the whole goddamn time because El
What
Gato.
Garfield Rambo, because it's such a sophisticated piece of technology that your ancient, TV
So I'm gonna buy a new TV. That saw this guy on YouTube do a video review on it. It was pretty legit. Alright, so you see you have like 5 different classes.
Alright.
You have like a champion, you have the guardian, and commando, and then the last guy, which is the bio engineer, which is all like tech powers.
No, I think I want the
want
guy with the
defender.
Strongest. I'll go with the middle round.
Champion. Yeah, so you have like all 5 classes, and then you can start campaign. Now you can start campaign.
Oh yeah.
And then you're good.
I mean, I guess this podcast should have a point to it. Maybe we should be like,
Okay, you made a point already about podcasts. I don't fucking listen to podcasts. Why are we making a podcast? I don't want to. I'll tell you we're making a podcast. Because somebody's TV is too goddamn old.
Oh, I'm glad you figured that out.
You see how I take that and turn it around? I can't use that against me anymore.
I'm glad you finally figured out that your TV is pretty old and lacks HDMI ports, which is in fact an HD TV. What HD TV doesn't have HDMI ports?
Mine doesn't.
Days?
It's indie. And yeah, it's not
HDMI ports are too mainstream, man.
You're missing the whole storyline, by the way.
Alright, so as far as I can tell,
You're Balder.
my guy is a bald man.
Hence the name Balder.
clever developers. Very clever.
You basically have all these brothers of yours. You know about like you know about Thor, Loki, and those people, right?
Hold on a sec. I wonder like how loud we were before because like this seems like a pretty normal like volume and like we were shouting pretty much earlier. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna be like some ear rape right there.
I apologize in advance because I've never done a podcast before.
Then again, this kind of level could be like super quiet and we just can't tell.
We're playing it by ear right now. We're playing it by ear. We're just letting it be. Look how loud it got all of a sudden.
Maybe you should turn this down.
Yeah, it's not that. The gameplay on this game's not that great.
And why do you have it?
Because I mean, come on, it's gods.
Come on. Why do you have it?
I like Loki.
You
Thor,
fat to boulder?
Actually, there's 3 sisters.
Alright, I would fat to that.
No, you wouldn't. Not when you see them. One of them was alright. One of them is the sleazy one. And then,
Really? No, my pants is not unzipped. I unzipped my pants earlier.
I don't know why you unzipped your pants earlier, Alex.
Just to get comfy.
Whatever, man. Look, just play through the game so you realize how bad this game is. We should have a thing called Bad Game Night. We should do that.
I think that would be a great segment. See, this is why podcasts are useful. Because
you realize how much content you're not making.
Holy shit, why is this guy's face
a wolf?
He's a wolf?
You not see his armor? Everybody's armor are wolves.
Oh, wow.
So
this is like Halo.
How is it like Halo in any way?
Those guys have guns. That guy kind of looks like a Spartan.
How is it like
a
Halo?
Spartan, and they're the Covenant. See?
That's your own ship.
That is the Covenant.
That's why I don't play games with you. FatCats going solo, son. Split up. Paul McCarthy, making my own band with wings. Exactly, you didn't even know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Drop me some old school knowledge.
Paul McCartney?
Yeah.
How old is he?
I don't know, pretty old.
Okay.
Still, you're playing, by the way.
Alright.
Seamless transition. Yeah,
seamless. Can I hit stuff yet?
No, not yet. They haven't taught you how to do it.
Alright, now I can hit stuff. Alright.
What are you doing exactly?
I'm just like holding.
Yeah, that's how it works.
In one direction. And he's like swinging.
Yeah, that's your combo. Isn't that fantastic? How? That's great. Just walk around some more. I like the. Was it Visages or Visage?
What was the whole story behind this game? That could be something that's interesting to talk about. Like the whole, debacle with Epic Games or whatever.
Oh yeah, well this game came out after years of just being held back because what ended up happening is they were making this game. By the way, it's Too Human. I don't know if you heard it the first time. It's supposed to be a trilogy.
We'll title the podcast Too Human
Podcast.
Thoughts and Reflections.
Alright, so what ended up happening is they made the game. They were supposed to be using the Unreal Engine, but they did. But apparently they said, you know what? You didn't give us the full engine for us to work with. So the game looks like it's not fully finished. Mainly, I think it's the developer's fault, but they took it out on the Epic. And so Epic retaliated.
Cliffy B wasn't having none of that shit.
Cliffy B was not having any of that shit. So he basically said, you know what? No, I got you. So it took him to court. And this whole time, this game keep getting like moved back, and back. You know what I'm saying? It kept being like almost canceled several times. So then they finally released it. And by the time they released it, good old Cliffy B was sending everybody to courts and ready to sue him. By the time they got to courts, the judge ruled against Silicon Knights, the people who made this game, and they were told to like every single copy of this game had to be burned and destroyed.
Was that a legitimate order?
And they had to pay, what is it, 500 million? I'm pretty sure 500 million to Epic, even though I think they were suing for like. Picture this, they were suing for 10 million, right? They were like, hey, Epic, I'm gonna sue you for 10 million.
Right.
And then now the judge was like, you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make you pay them 500 mil. Just like that. Now, facts on that one are a little bit sketchy.
The numbers might be a little off, but...
I know that they got the payback, I know that much. And all the copies of this game and the X-Men game, you know the X game?
What's that?
The one X game. X-Men game that came out.
Oh, okay.
The one that you like have 3 different X-Men. I forgot what it's called. Well, that one also.
Is it kind of like Ultimate Alliance?
No, it's not like that. It's the
Modern Warfare.
Yeah. It's the one that you. Man, you haven't seen this one that's like an Asian girl. It's one like looks like one of the guys is like a bull.
Listen, I am engrossed in the combat of this game right now. I don't got time to think.
Alright, so that one game is also being taken down from the shelves and burnt. So good news, if you have this game, or if you don't, I suggest you buy it in the future. It might be worth a lot of money, because I'm pretty sure now a lot of people bought this game, especially since the studio is probably gonna go on there.
Wasn't it supposed to be like a trilogy or something?
Yeah, that's how it's announced on the actual cover.
Let me look that up.
Alright, let's see. It says on the cover somewhere. I don't know, I can't see it. It says it somewhere. I don't know.
First of 3 or like.
Yeah, the
start
first of
an
3.
epic trilogy or something.
Yeah, it says it somewhere
Some
that it's
lame
supposed
shit
to.
like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like but they were too busy suing Epic.
You know, circle jerking around lawsuits.
There you go. Begin the saga of Baldur's Quest in the first installment of the
You
trilogy.
make it sound so exciting. Begin the start of Baldur's Quest.
That's how excited I was when I read it. It's like in the thrilling trilogy of cybernetic gods, mortal men, and monsters.
That actually sounds really badass.
Doesn't it? So I was like, man, what?
So, you guys can't see this, but this combat is pretty much me just pointing in the direction of an enemy and then hitting it until it dies.
That's basically what this combat's all gonna be, man.
Like, I feel like it's a point-and-click adventure game. And I'm just clicking, like...
There's actually a combo system in this game.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, like there's a way to open up a menu and look at your combo
Alright,
system.
well, while you try to figure that out, I'm just gonna, like, point at different enemies and hit them.
There you go. Yeah, you have look. Yeah, these
Oh,
are.
I think I knocked him into the air.
There you go. Yeah, this follows Norse gods. You have like Heimdall, you have Freya, you have Thor.
Thor?
Yeah, you have Thor. You have Odin, which is a bird in this game for some reason.
So is like the Thor in this game kind of like Avengers Thor?
No.
Because I like it. I like when
like.
he brings down the hammer.
Look what he looks like. Do you not see? He looks like an old man. Yeah, Tyr.
Hold on, I gotta destroy this bombastic bomb guy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you got skill point. You can level up now, by the way.
Hold on, I don't know what that means.
It means you can level up, by the way.
Oh, okay.
You want me to repeat the last sentence for you?
Sorry, I'm a cat. I don't understand English.
I gotta buy that one X-Men game just so I can play through it.
Oh, is that a god?
Yeah, that's a Valkyrie. Okay, so this what makes this game amazing. Okay, so every time you die, you have to watch this cutscene. You cannot skip it at all. There was never patched. This was never patched. What happens is like this Valkyrie comes down, it takes about 20 minutes, slowly descending. That's how you lose in this game when you die.
Okay.
It comes down, it picks you up, and you have to watch this.
Every time?
Every single time.
No skip button?
No skip button. That's your punishment basically for dying. I mean, you lose your combo meter or whatever, but that's really not a big deal.
So, what's up with this glowy face?
Okay, so in this world, the northern gods, whatever, you know what I'm saying, mythology, Norse mythology.
Yeah.
They're actually a combination of magic and technology and machine.
Right.
So what they did is like they combined their. That's why his face is all glowy. It's because he's also part machine, like it's also part magic.
So it's like Deus Ex.
In a way, yeah, but
That game's good.
that game's really good.
That's a good game.
Like this game. This game is the reason why this game is fun is because it's 4-player co-op online. It's also a loot, like it's like a dungeon crawler kind of thing.
Right.
Believe it or not, it's actually pretty fun. I play with playing all the time.
You mean white man?
See how they bob before you. You're God.
I am a god amongst you, mere mortals, bow before me.
Yeah, so this is a world where like the humans and the mortals kind of know that they hang side by side and they know you give them science, you give them technology, you give them magic, and they revere you for it.
Sounds like a very cool premise for a game, but it seems like it was executed very poorly.
It's actually a lot of fun when you play through it. It's just the combat.
So then you like this game?
Yeah, I like this game. Would I recommend it for anybody out there? I bought it when it was like a $17 purchase. White Man was able to buy it. White Man was able to buy it when it was
$5.
no, actually it was like $2.
Wow.
So yeah, it's very cheap on GameStop or any other used game site, I guess. Just go buy it. It's pretty good. It's definitely worth a playthrough.
Can I just skip these?
The cutscene? Yeah, you press start.
I'm just
Or
pressing start.
There you go, now you're playing.
Alright.
Basically, they're telling you, like, what's going on as you play through this dungeon, and then as you play through it, you're kind of seeing, like, flashbacks.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
It's one of those.
It's one of those, yeah. And that's how you unlock your powers and stuff like that. Oh, it's Chance.
Sorry for dropping names.
On our podcast that we've never done before.
But you know,
You see how you're getting loot? You got blue loot, which is good. They have blue is good, green is the worst. You have green, white, green, blue, purple, and gold.
does this game like
What?
remind you of anything? Like, does it make you feel like you want to play a different game?
No, it doesn't have the two worlds effects. No, it doesn't have that. Okay, I don't play. When I play two worlds, I want to play Skyrim. When I play through this game, I don't know what. I guess you can play a PC game. There's not a lot like this game around, especially for the bargain price of it. The worst part is like the story was pretty interesting. It wasn't the best, but the way it is.
Can I upgrade?
You get to upgrade the top one. Yeah.
Oh.
You see, like it's like kind of a tree.
So I can't upgrade anything
No.
else yet?
Once you spend like I think 6 on that one, then everything else opens up, and you can choose if you want to be biotic or play with the guns or be
Swordman.
swordman. Yeah. You have different swords, different guns. Some of them are cannons. Some of them are like Dante style. You know what I'm saying? Ivory and everything. Yeah, and then
I like that song. I was hoping you'd finish it.
what song?
It's from Devil May Cry 3.
Oh, I haven't played through that.
That's like my favorite one.
I played for a little bit of Devil May Cry 3. I beat Cerberus and the Reaper.
That's like the best one.
And then I did not care to keep playing. I played through 4, which
Way better than 4.
yeah, which I hear 4 is a lot worse than 3. But by the time I was playing 3, it was like the end of the PlayStation 2 era for me, because my PlayStation was broken basically. So it didn't read a lot of the games, and bam, that's where I am. So I couldn't do a lot with it. I didn't feel like going back or emulating it. So then I played 4. 4 was just a disappointment.
4 was good, half of it was good, and then you played through that half again.
That was crap. I don't know how they can get away with that. Like they basically
It's
copied.
Capcom.
That's true. They copied and pasted the same levels back to back, and you just played with Dante and Nero look exactly the same.
Well, Nero had a magic arm.
Yeah, he did. Which, in my opinion,
I
made
thought it
him
was
more
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
You could
Which
do-
is why they added that kind of mechanic in the new one.
Yeah, they did. The drag mechanic.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate Nero, but I thought it was pretty good.
I like Nero. I like them a lot.
When you get locked on like that, it means that they gotta shoot a missile at you.
Oh, yeah.
And you see
So,
him
like,
fire at
what
you.
other games did Silicon Knights make?
You leveled up. That's what happened.
Oh,
I can look that up actually.
yeah.
You can use
yeah,
it.
you
Use your.
just, minimize the porn, just in case.
Look.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Nothing you need to know, folks, is behind the scenes.
Sketchy sketch over here. Alright, Silicon Knights made this game. Silicon
My
Knights.
question is, do you have any other Silicon Knights games?
No, I have to look up. I want to buy the X-Men one. This one, X-Men Destiny. That's what it was.
Oh,
You
yeah.
seen Destiny? They made that. I don't know what else they've made recently. I don't think they made a lot.
Maybe they want
Oh, they made Blood Omen, The Legacy of Kain.
Huh.
Oh, they also made Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes.
That was actually a good game.
They made
Good
that.
port.
They made Eternal Darkness. Said you.
That was also a great game. For the GameCube, right?
Yeah, they made that, so that's good.
That was a great game.
Alright, so they made Dark Legion. I don't know much about
I
Dark
don't know
Legion.
about that
It's a
game.
PC game. Fantasy Empires and Cyber Empires, both of which I'm guessing are for
PC.
the PC.
Sound like it. Any game with the word Empire in it, I assume it's for
associated with
PC.
PC, yeah. So that's basically it.
And
Oh, that's the Legacy.
this
Blood
epic.
Omen wasn't that great. That was a PC.
They made this epic.
They made that game. I don't know how they haven't gone under. Especially with all these other games going under, like all these game companies go. You can level
What
up
the
again.
fuck did I know?
When you glow like that, it means you level up.
No, I did that myself. I pressed R.
Oh, if you click both the sticks, you go into this point. You don't have it yet.
No, I pressed R, B.
Right bumper?
Yes.
Okay, well, whatever that does. I haven't played the game in a while, so.
Alright, well.
Yeah, you still free. Oh, thank you. Once you spend 6 points, see
Yay.
the next thing opens up. There you go. Now you keep on keeping on. Just really wish you could show you some content, but no, we're doing a podcast. With lazy,
Brilliant!
lazy
Nothing but brilliance!
lazy people do. We're gonna do a top 10. And Alex was like, that's a troll, by the way.
Oh, okay. I mean, we could do top 10 Silicon Knights games. Number 1, Eternal Darkness. Number 2, Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes.
They don't even have 10 games they're made.
Number 3, X-Men Destiny. Number 4, X-Men Destiny.
Just the same games, 2 Human will be probably. Actually, 2 Human's pretty good. The story of 2 Human's not that great. You know why Destiny failed though?
What?
It's even on the title. They talked about the idea of a destiny, right? And the way it's supposed to be, it's you play through your game, your character, you choose. I mean, stop, just back of the scene stuff. You're supposed to choose. They were supposed to do it like Mass Effect style thing, okay, where like everything you do kind of affects your destiny, and it makes you different. But in the end, what ended up happening is like you have a faction you join, either good or bad, and it really doesn't affect much the ending. It was pretty bland. They were supposed to have 3 different characters play completely different, and depending on the faction you join, you learn some of their powers and stuff like that, which will be pretty cool, right? You can learn Magneto's power, you can learn Cyclone's power, Wolverine, but it ended up being a pretty big failure because like the execution was poor, and then the combat was very similar to this, but you just go in there arena style. You walk into a room, it locks the room, and you just fight waves and waves of enemy.
I hate when that happens. Although, unless the game's combat's really fun.
Devil May Cry does that, but a lot of times the combat's pretty good, so you can forgive them from doing it.
Because I mean, it's like an action game. God of War does it. All action games generally do that. Because I mean, combat is the main focus.
Yeah, that's true. That's this one. Oh, jump him, and then you wanna hit left, the opposite.
Oh.
The opposite.
Oh.
Yeah, you fell.
Okay.
You gotta get behind him, press A, and then like press the opposite. That way you stay on top of him. If he goes right, you go left.
All right.
I got pretty good at that, and then at the end, press down with both sticks.
Why doesn't it tell me how to do this?
And nobody tells you how to do this. I have to figure it out. And I got very good at killing them, but that's it. I think it's only the right stick you have to press down.
Whatever. But anyways, back to what we were saying. When games do it, because that's the main focus of the game. You fight things. Like, you're not playing Devil May Cry to solve puzzles, I assume.
No, I do it a lot because like I want to find out about the story. Believe it or not, I care about the story. The combat is fun, but I don't see myself going back to playing 4 all over again because I like the combat of 4. Or like the new Devil May Cry. I thought the combat was alright, except for heaven weapons.
Really?
Heaven weapons are horrible.
Heaven weapons
Demon
are great.
Demon weapons are great.
Heaven weapons are great in large crowds, especially
Not
the
second
one.
Not the scythe. The second one's good. The second one is the best one. It brings them in. The scythe sucks.
The scythe is good for chaining combos.
But you know what it does? First things first. Why do like blue enemies get killed? Like the heaven enemies get killed by heaven weapons? Shouldn't it be heaven get killed by hell?
See, I assumed that too. It should be opposites, but then I was like, fucking.
You gotta cut them some slack, this is Capcom.
No, I'm not gonna cut them some slack. I was just thinking, demons can't touch angels, so the angels can only hurt other angels.
That's how you get your little. That's extra stuff.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so no, fuck yeah. I thought it was. Okay, here's the problem.
Because usually like demon guys are like slower and like they have shields and shit.
Yeah.
The angel weapons can't hurt them because the angel weapons can't really break shields.
What about the angel guys? The angel guys are weak.
The angel guys are weak and teleport around, so you have to use the quicker weapons in order to catch them, because the slower ones are harder to hit them with.
There's no excuse for that sight. There's no excuse for that sight. That sight takes forever to kill a color enemy.
It does. It really takes a while.
And your combo meter will never be built from this.
But the thing is, you can get them in such a way
I think you should be allowed to shoot them.
where you can chain them in combos.
I think you should be allowed to shoot them. Yeah, but you can't hit them with anything else.
Yeah, but if you keep chaining them in combos, they can't escape except those dogs. just don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so let's say you get him with the
and the lady escapes too. She does teleport away.
All right. Well, fine. Let's say you're using your angel weapon, right? A scythe, right? If it's a blue angel enemy, right?
Right.
You can only kill him using the scythe.
And besides, your criticism with the scythe, I understand.
Sucks.
But the caveat
both demon weapons are amazing.
Scythe, the caveat with the scythe is the more you use it to damage enemies, the stronger it gets.
For a time being, and it stops.
Until you unequip it. Until like you go back to a different weapon.
But it doesn't feel any stronger every time I use it.
It is stronger.
But every time I use it,
and the one move, where you press,
scythe, yeah,
where it twirls, that wrecks shit.
How does it wreck?
It wrecks shit.
No,
yes,
no. I'm calling you out on that bullshit.
It wrecks shit.
I'm calling you out on that bullshit. You can just sit in there and sit in a circle and then just hang in the air. They just hang in the air the whole time.
They hang in the air. Then you like launch up to them and then you air combo them. You launch up to them with the demon pull or the angel pull thing, and then you keep using the scythe to launch them even higher.
Alex, how
can you dropped the controller.
How can you look me with a straight face and say that the scythe's a good thing?
It was a pretty decent one. It wasn't my favorite, I agree. My favorite was the fucking fists. The fists were amazing.
I like the axe, I like the fist. I thought the little explosive gun was retarded.
The explosive gun was pretty stupid.
What was the name of it? Kablooey, yeah, they did Kablooey. Oh, yeah, I told you what one, right?
Yeah, I want to make that one. The one I'm playing,
the old one. The old one? Bam, sleazy. See? You have basically supposed to be like you have the overseers, right? So you have three different. You have the young and sleazy. You have the old and wise, and the in between mid housewife kind of style, and they all have different knowledge. They all have different knowledge when they attack you. They're all supposed to be the same person though.
I like
in a different time.
So I can have a threesome with them, but it'll only be one.
It'll only be one, yes. I don't know why you would like the old one, but whatever, man. So yeah, back to Too Human after a rant about DMC.
Whatever, man.
Virgil
they
DLC.
Were all good. The Virgil one was pretty fucking tight ass gameplay.
It was. The storyline on it.
Yeah. It was kinda, I like the way
he looked him in the eyes. He looked him in the eyes, and it was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That was the most beautifully delivered line.
This is the game that has the line, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Now that's classy right there.
That's classy. I did appreciate Dante's lines a lot more in that DLC. The whole thing when he pulls the bus on him, and then he just emerges from it, he's like, I hate public transport. I'm like, that's so lame, but it's so Dante.
Yeah, that's true. It's sketchy Dante over there. I like the new game. I thought I was gonna hate it, and I gave it a lot of criticism at first. But once I played through it, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed the combat. I enjoyed the combat on it. I like the story on it. Even though it's like a lot of wolves everywhere.
It made me appreciate wolves.
It did. When you go into that club, everything goes crazy. Storyline on that one pretty good. Storyline on this game pretty good. The only bad thing about this game is the combat.
Yeah, it's pretty
good. And that is because of, you see, usually in a game, which is any game will tell you, what are the stakes for?
The sticks are usually the left ones for movement, and the right ones usually for camera.
Done. It's been established for years now, okay? It's been established. If you have two analog sticks, this is a problem that a lot of like one analog stick games, get. Like that's the problem the 3DS had, right?
Mm-hmm.
At first, they only had one analog.
They still do, but to remedy it, games like not just that, but yeah, they did add the little attachment to it. But a lot of games, like the new Monster Hunter, they have the second, the camera movement on the actual touchscreen. On the touchscreen, like where the second controller or the second analog stick would be.
Which I think is really good because they try to fix it, which is a good thing.
It actually works really well.
I don't know if you can hear it, but it's raining like crazy out there. But I like the way they did it.
If I have my 3DS with me, because I have the actual demo of that game on it. It works out really well.
Fluffy ended up buying it. That's what he was playing today. You were there.
I get it.
It looks really good. The only thing I heard that was bad about the game was I heard that you can't play online unless you have a Wii U.
You can't do it unless you have the Wii U. You can only play cooperative locally with the 3DS. But in order to they dumb down the difficulty a little bit when you're only playing by yourself.
What do you mean by like locally though? Like you have to be in the same house, you mean, or like?
Like you have to be in the same vicinity with like another 3DS that has the game.
Oh,
that's
okay.
local play.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought it was like you have to get in a circle using power.
Oh yeah.
So what's going on here is like you have
wait, what power?
You right trigger.
Oh.
See, like you go in between. There's still little things called wells, and what they are is like picture them as a wormhole, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what the wormhole do is like you have different dimensions in the same world, right? So if you open a door in one dimension, it opens it in another.
Oh, okay.
That's the idea of it.
But anyways, back to better games.
Well, last week we played through two worlds. Alex had a good time with that.
Fuck that game. Fuck that game.
That gameplay is actually up.
Like, comment, subscribe
on this podcast. This is the laziest thing we've ever done, Alex.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah, you already did it. You have to go back to inside. You're done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what ended up happening there is like you open the door and you got the extra booty, but you didn't come back.
I agree. It is pretty fucking lazy.
Right. You know what we should do? We should do a gameplay of you playing through Dragon's Dogma.
I would actually really enjoy that.
So the only problem to playing, like if you play through, I have a lot of RPGs. Right?
Yeah.
I have a lot of RPGs.
The thing is, like, yeah.
They're long. They're too long, you know. Like, a lot of them is like talking.
Yeah.
So unless like we edit all that stuff out, it'll be very boring. I mean, not our videos.
Not necessarily. I've seen people that upload complete RPGs.
Hey, guy over here, Mr. Hey, let's play Rayman Origins. It's not skip the beginning cutscenes. We get like a full 30-minute video right off the bat.
People appreciated those cutscenes. People appreciated them. People appreciated all of it.
But why do we skip through? Why do we skip through the dialogue and?
Because Two Humans is boring as shit. You cannot tell me that Rayman is as boring as Two Humans, because it's not.
It's actually not. It's not that great.
Not Two Humans. I meant Two Worlds. Sorry.
Two Worlds.
Two Humans, Two Worlds. Yeah. Same bullshit.
Actually, they're both pretty similar in a lot of aspects.
Right. But this one, see, I think I would enjoy this one a little more.
And actually, the story on this one is pretty good. There's a lot of mystery. You kind of solving a crime in a way, which is kind of weird to say.
Where do I go?
To the door you open.
Oh.
Remember that one door you open in the...
So this way.
In a different space dimension.
So it's this way?
To the right, yeah.
Oh,
if you go that way. Yeah, go there, see?
Oh, okay.
You close it or something? It's not open now.
What the fuck?
Try to go
Wait,
through
maybe
it.
I just have to go near it. Yep,
yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Alright.
Alright.
So yeah, Devil May Cry. Went from that, which is a good gameplay. This one doesn't have really good gameplay.
I thought it was a great game.
Now back to the analog sticks though. I think if this game they would attach fighting to the X, A, B, and, the buttons. Like the face buttons.
So you actually have like button combinations.
Or what Oblivion did, which is Oblivion. Yeah.
Trigger.
Yeah. See, R triggers your guns here.
Oh wow! I didn't know he had fucking guns.
Left trigger's also your guns. You have two guns. See that? So that's. Yeah, you got it. Okay. Yeah, I think I liked. I don't know. I think they should have done it. They should have attached it to their face buttons. If they did that, this game would have been more fireable.
Yeah.
All you do in this game is if you hold the analog stick, the right analog stick.
I just did a fucking combo.
That's it. Like if you hold it in one direction, your guy just fucking jumps over there. That's it. Oh yeah, how original.
It's like auto fighting. It's like an RPG.
You know what it reminds me of in a way?
What?
It reminds me of the original. What was it? Dragon Age. The original Dragon Age combat was awful. Mainly because it was made for PC, so it was supposed to be a click, a click game. But if you played it on the Xbox, which is what I played on.
Wait, I'm thinking. Dragon Age.
You haven't played Dragon Age?
Wait, I'm trying to think.
BioWare's baby. Well, second baby. Mass Effect, son.
The only BioWare games I played was... I played Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Jade Empire.
Jade Empire is a great game.
I love that game.
I wish they would remake it in HD or make a sequel
or
to
just,
Jade Empire.
Port it to Xbox Live Arcade. That would be great.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I love that game.
That was a great fucking game.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Dragon Age.
What is that about? I can't remember.
Dragon Age is the one that you played. Well, it's the first one is known for only having like one dragon in it. It's an RPG by them.
Right.
It's hard to describe. I have part 2 here. Let me show you the
Alright.
game picture here. Maybe you get an idea. See you later.
Oh yeah, Dragon Age. I remember. I played it in our dorm room.
Yeah, that one.
Now I remember.
The first one's combat was awful because if you were playing it now, if you were playing on the PC,
great ass game.
here's what they did wrong though. If you were playing on the PC, you just click and saying it's natural on the PC. You click and it attacks, right?
Right.
On the Xbox, if you press A, doesn't matter how many times you press A.
Right.
It only attacked once. So you basically just have to hold. You can just hold A and have the same effect as smashing A. You see that? You just hold it, and because it was supposed to be like clicking and the guy keeps fighting for you.
Right.
So it wasn't ported correctly. Now the second one, the first one's story is amazing.
I love the first one.
The story is amazing. The dungeons are awesome. Your companions are awesome.
Amazing game.
Right?
Great game.
Also,
I highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it. If you watch the trailer for it, it's nothing like the game, but it's hilarious.
Holy shit, I'm dying. How do I heal?
Oh, you don't. Yeah, it just comes back slowly. The second game, they improved on the combat. They made everything better, except where they messed up on mainly was, well, the combat was great, sure, but the story was awful compared to the first one.
Right.
Now, the exploration on the second one was worse than the first one. Because the second one...
Weren't you only restricted to like one town?
One
city?
giant city. And then what it would be, it's like you have this mountain, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can change it between daytime, nighttime, and a time in between. And what you would do is, you have the mountain, and you have a little town in the mountain, you have a little cave, and you can just go between those places, and that's it.
You know what game also did that probably not a lot of people have heard of or played?
What?
Well, I mean, it did get kind of like a lot of
attention,
publicity in the last year. It was called The Last Story. That was a great game.
What, the Wii?
Yeah, it was a Wii game that came out last year. And that pretty much did that, where it all took place in one city in a couple caves and shit.
Did it pace the same caves over and over though?
No, it did not.
Okay, well this is Dragon Age's the third fault, if you want to call it that. They decided to make the same dungeon over and over and over again. The enemies were a little bit different, but the places look so similar. They even the developers came out and said, "Yeah, we messed up. We did this on purpose, trying to make sure the game came out." They apologized for it, but nothing was really done.
Right.
Now another mistake. See how you had the health orbs that just dropped. Another mistake they made, which I thought was a big one. It comes back to your main character. In the second game, you play as Hawk. Whatever his name is, the guy, whatever.
Mike Hawk.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, Hawk.
Get it? Mike Hawk?
Okay, guys.
Get it?
Yeah, like, you want me to give you a pat in the back so you stop saying get there.
Mike Hawk.
Alright, so Mike Hawk over here.
Isn't it funny when you say it?
Yeah, alright. Alright, so Dragon Age, right? The first one, combat. See, you remember me talking about cocks. Now I lost control.
Alright, so while
you
try to think about that, I'll talk about what the last story did right with that. It was basically kind of like Gears of War, where it had like a cover system, and each cave was specifically designed with like, it's like a puzzle that you have to figure out in combat, where you have to know your position and the enemy's position, and you have to strategize how to attack them from your position. And I thought that was fantastic, and I wish more RPGs did that.
Oh, a good RPG that did that. I'm playing through right now. It's Eternal Sonata. We might do a gameplay of this. Apparently, you can play multiplayer in this game up to 3 people. 2 to 3? Yeah, 3 people.
Yeah.
Apparently, you take control of each of the characters in your party, and you can play through it. It's actually pretty fun. I've been playing through it. It's a story about magic. But getting back to Dragon Age, I remember what I was gonna say. Your main character. In this game, you play as Hawk. Okay.
Mike Hawk.
Yes, Mike Hawk. You either God damn it, Alex. You're either a female Hawk or a male Hawk. One of the two, right?
Michelle Cock.
Yes, and if you, God damn it, Alex, and if you're one or the other, it really changes who your party is, right? But in this game, the first game you have a giant troll made of stone.
Yeah.
That you can change the stones and the arms and stuff like that, and it did different elemental effects and stuff like that.
I remember that guy.
You had different characters that were pretty good. In this game, everybody was either a human, you had one dwarf, and then everybody else was elves. Everybody was elves. That's it.
Were there any dwarves in the first one? Like,
you can be.
Oh yeah, you got one. I remember now.
But you can be a dwarf. That's the thing. That's another thing they removed in the second one. On the first one, you had different stories.
Yeah.
You have, I think, up to 10 different families you can be from, right? You can be a dark elf. You can be a regular elf, a city elf. Or you can be a dwarf. You can be a dwarf from the city. You can be a dwarf from the.
I remember they had like specific beginnings for each character.
Yeah, eventually they all led to the same thing, but you were actually a dwarf.
A different start out.
Yeah, not only that, you're actually a dwarf. In the second one, you're either a generic female or a generic guy.
You know, my cock.
My cock. So you're either one or the other, right? That right there was a big fucking, like, I was so pissed off in the second one, especially since they had a quest in the second one where you go, you know the guys with the horns? The shit, cock, whatever their names are.
My cock.
Goddamn Alex, I forget their name. Well, that's great.
It's okay.
Guys with the horns, right?
Whatever, yeah.
The coolest looking guys in this game. On the first game, you had one of them in your party, but he didn't have horns for some reason. So on this one, they had an option to give you one of them that was a magician. But well, there was spoiler here. It's not a big of a spoiler. It's not even a main story, but whatever.
Nobody.
That game has been out so long. If you haven't played through it, I mean, come on, get to it.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Experience the thrilling story of my cock.
So, but goddamn it, Alex. So what ended up happening is that you go through this dungeon with this one guy who's has giant horns. He looks so badass, but he's a magician, right? In the world of the Ashikak, I think that's the name. You're not supposed to have magic. That's not a big thing. That's a no-no. So you like, for him, he was cursed to die. You get to the end of the dungeon. You can either let him die or not, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, no, I want this guy to live. So I saved him. Guess what happened next?
He dies.
A pretty good guess. He kills himself.
That's excellent storytelling.
He's like, I can't be a magician. I can't live with myself.
Wait.
And he sets himself on fire and dies. That's it.
Way to fucking ruin everything.
That could have been amazing. That guy could have joined your team. He had a giant horn. He had a mask. He looked really badass. He had a mask on his face and chains everywhere. Because they cut out his tongue because he was different, so they didn't like him. You know, that's supposed to be a main.
So they were racist.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a main. All of them are supposed to be warriors, right? For them to have a magician, that doesn't really flow. But I mean, that guy, everything was set up perfectly for you to have him in your party.
You have to pay DLC for that.
Oh, guess what? Every DLC, every character you get in a DLC, it's actually another elf.
I can dig it.
There's at least the ratio to elf to human in that game is like 5 elves to 3 different humans.
Hey, wait, back to this. Was there any DLC for this game?
No, there wasn't.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. There goes so much content you can buy for this game. I don't think there's any. I'm pretty sure there's none though. I never saw any. Unless they recently decided to release DLC now that the game is basically dead. Weird thing though. Weird thing. The.
So I'm dying.
What happened?
I'm dying.
Yeah, you're dying.
And I think. Wait, is that a health?
No, that's not health. The health ones are red.
Shit.
That's money. The weird.
Shit.
Oh,
now I gotta watch this fucking animation.
Alright, so he fell right now. Well, and it's still going. It's still going. You fell about 2 seconds before I said right now. And it's still going.
Oh god.
And it's still going. Yeah, the little angel's gracefully coming down to grab you. You have to listen to the same song every time. You cannot skip this. This is the biggest flaw of this game. And you have to watch through that. And once you're done, then you're back.
Well, that was abrupt.
There you go. That was about, what, 20 seconds maybe? 20 seconds of, like, just waiting.
I guess they were loading?
I don't know. It puts you right next to the battle again, so you just come back.
So, yeah, no excuse.
The weird thing is, though, you know how I told you about, like, them
Did I just parry something?
No, that when you have, you see the little meter that built up? When you have it up to 1, it's 0 right now. See that?
Uh-huh.
You can hit the sticks in the same direction, you shoot that, the wolf attack thing.
Oh.
Alright, so what's weird about this game is...
God!
What happened? You died?
I got exploded.
Well, don't kill the guys who are glowing. They'll explode in your face, baby. Alright, so this game, right? Why am I the only one talking, Mr. Podcast over here?
Oh, because I was too busy focusing on this combat.
That makes me look like a fucking douche over here talking the whole time.
Well, I'm sorry, but apparently you didn't want to hear my shenanigans of my cock. So I was like, well then, I guess I'm not wanted here. My cock is a very important man.
My cock is a very important game. They made a whole game after him. Yeah, that's how important he is.
So I'm thinking about naming my cock Herman.
My cock Herman?
What do you think about that?
What do I think about the name My Cock Herman? You gonna name your kid My Cock Herman or something?
Yes.
Right, pretty fancy name. I would love to meet your kid if that's his name.
I guess I can give my general impressions of this game right now. Not bad.
Not bad.
It's
definitely not good.
The combat is a little
off-putting.
It just doesn't
retarded.
Feel right. It just doesn't feel right. But I keep killing things, so I guess I'm doing all right.
I guess.
And I'm level 6, so that's something.
Yeah, that's something.
But I do like the art of this game.
The art is great. The only problem is you cannot look around your camera, so you cannot.
I was trying to see if I could do some first person.
You're
thing.
always locked in frame, so you're always locked in the same camera angle.
I can do this though. I can center it behind my back.
You can put it behind you. Yeah,
except here. I can't do it here. So.
Yeah, you can put it behind you certain times, which helps to see the environment, but it's not really like looking around. You're centering your character.
I can do that.
Now you can. Are you free?
Look at this.
Are you free now?
What it is? Some blatant lies apparently, because I can look around.
Now you
guys, I just figured out how to look around. Wait.
Exactly. You have to put away your sword. What else do you do?
Right. Yeah, I do. I have to wait for him to put his sword away. How do I put it away?
I don't know. B maybe? Now can you look around?
Alright. Yes.
You have to hold left bumper and look around.
You have to hold left bumper when his sword is away,
and
then you move the right stick.
At certain areas.
In certain areas, because I can't do it on these stairs over here.
In certain areas, you're allowed to do it. Okay, well there you go. You can look around in certain areas and see some of the art style, but not in all of them.
That's more camera control than
a lot of games.
A lot of games, I guess.
The weird thing is, you know how I told you about them getting sued and having to destroy like all their copies of this game that they're in production?
Look.
The servers in this game are still up.
That's surprising.
Isn't it surprising? Because I thought, well, if you're losing money on this game, why would you keep them up?
Exactly, because, I mean, servers cost money to maintain.
See how you do that. If you move them in the same direction, you use the magic attack again.
Oh, yeah.
I like the music. I
haven't heard much of it, but it sounds alright.
It's very epic battle style music, you know what I'm saying? Like grand world exploration.
Side note, I hate these guys with the fucking missiles. They can die in a fire.
Yeah, well, that's what they're supposed to do. There's actually one up there. I don't know if he's supposed to get it down because I'm shooting him with the pistols. Yeah, man. This game needed a lot of work that they didn't spend on because they decided to spend all their time fucking suing Epic. If they would have just spent more time on this game than suing Epic, this game would have been amazing.
Maybe. Not say for certain, but maybe.
I'll tell you this much, if they would have done some kind of demo, which they did, if people were like, hey, listen,
this game's a piece of shit.
Yeah, why are you attacking with the right stick? This is kind of weird.
This is weird and garbage. You should change that.
And they were like, nah, I'm just gonna release.
Nah, man, that's good.
I had to sue Epic some more.
I'm too busy suing Epic to care.
Cliffy B wasn't gonna take none of that, son.
Cliffy B ain't having none of that shit until he decided to, quit Epic and.
That's another bullshit right there. Why did you just decide to quit halfway through it?
I don't know. I think he said something. I read somewhere along the lines where he was like, "I'm tired of the way the game industry is heading," or something like that.
Let me give you a guess. Did he say that he felt constricted?
Maybe.
By making the same game over and over again.
Might be.
By making the same style of gaming.
Wanted to expand his horizons.
Because that's the same bullshit thing that Peter Molyneux said when he left Lionhead Studios. And left Fable.
You know what? You should look it up right now. Why did Cliffy B leave?
Alright, I'll look it up. You talk a little bit now, since I'm douchebag McGeary.
I need to fucking put in my password. It's fat. Everyone knows my password now.
Get hacked. Yeah, Cliffy B left Epic.
There you go.
Alright, let me look it up.
So while my friend's looking, I'm gonna talk about what's going on. So apparently there's these douchebags.
Paint a picture.
All
Paint
right.
a beautiful picture.
So I'm looking at this wall right now. It's not textured very well. It's like really not popping out at me. I'm not getting the full like beauty experience. There is lava here, and yeah, it's definitely lava. So I'm running forward, as you can see or not see.
Some of the sites are sketchy, by the way.
My friend is going on a porn site.
Some of the sites are. Couldn't be as a handsome man. Look at that smile.
He's a pretty handsome guy. You know what game I can't wait for?
What?
Fucking Bioshock.
I'm gonna buy that day one, son. I have that pre-ordered. Apparently he was in Epic for 20 years.
That's a long time. Didn't he work on Sonic the Hedgehog?
Probably, I don't know.
He did. It might be someone else.
See what he said.
It might be someone else. Shit.
There's not real talk where he left. Oh, he said, I've been doing this since I was a teenager, and outside of my sabbatical last year, I've been going non-stop. I literally grew up in this business. Yeah, Cliffy B, son. And now that I'm grown up, it's time for me to take a break. It's kind of douchey, Cliffy B.
Nah, man, he's lying. He's going for the 3DS, man. That's what it's all about.
We saw, Alex, we saw an interview of Cliffy B, and the first thing he
it was like what? Not last E3, was it? Was it the one?
I think it was the year before, man.
I think it was the one where the 3DS was introduced. I think.
And they were talking about it, and then Cliffy B was like, "Hey," the guy was like, "Hey, Cliffy B, tell me about the Gears of War 3."
Yo, man, did you see this 3DS? That thing's really cool.
Cliffy B just completely ignored him and just
talked about
advertised the 3DS.
He's like, yo, man, that 3D on that thing is wild.
Yep. He basically said that he would love to see Gears of War in 3D, so that's
Pretty
what
much.
you might be seeing that.
So, you might see something called Smears of Conflict.
Wait, what was it? Darkest?
No, Cogs of Conflict with Darkest and Mom.
Darkest and Mom. There you go. Darkest and Mom, and just it's Cliffy B overwriting all the words they're saying
in Gears of War, and like, you know,
Cliffy B, you're so handsome.
You know who's really handsome? A wizard. That Cliffy B guy. He's super handsome.
I would do that if I owned was Epic. I would do that, man.
Except he walked away
after 20 years. How do you put 20 years? Well, how old is Cliffy B?
How old is he?
I'm guessing in his 30s. Probably doesn't.
He's no Miyamoto.
You know Miyamoto, son. Miyamoto's the God King.
God King.
Of gaming. If Miyamoto says something, I believe it.
I believe it. I'll suck his
dick.
I'll suck it.
I would go on record saying Miyamoto has made such an impact in the gaming world.
I'll be his little purple Pikmin.
As Reggie put it, I feel like a purple Pikmin right now. How was it? My body is ready.
My body is ready.
You would tell your body's ready?
I would tell him my body is ready. Oh god, I feel so violated already thinking about it. Maybe because I'm thinking
How do you think Miyamoto would feel if you just tell him?
Miyamoto, call me your little purple Pikmin, my body's ready. I think he would probably call security, and then I would be escorted out. And then Reggie would look at me with this big smirk on his face.
Reggie could sell anything to anybody. Yes. I will buy anything besides the Wii U. Because the Wii U, Reggie didn't put a lot of time.
I'll get that eventually. You know, for that Wind Waker HD remake and.
That is a game right there. That if there's anybody, there's a time frame here. You want to kill them before they kill you or something like that.
Oh fuck! I don't know.
That is a game right there. That has I've never seen anybody so split in a game before.
Bro, that game's beautiful. Like, not just aesthetically, but like gameplay.
I love that game. That is my second favorite Zelda game ever.
Oh man, I'm guessing your first is A Link to the Past.
Hell yeah, son. Going back, old school right there.
That Majora's Mask though, that's a great game.
I never ended up playing Majora's Mask.
Man,
I never had a 64.
You know what? I have it on I have the GameCube disc of it. It was released on a...
It was a GameCube?
Yeah, it was released on a compilation disc. And that has, like, the original Zelda, Zelda 2.
We can play through that.
Yeah.
I'll play through that. You sit there.
Play.
Look pretty. I think I'll play through it. I love Zelda games.
That game's so fun, man. I just love the atmosphere, too. But, to, like, get the full experience of it, you have to do all the side quests and shit.
I'll do that. I'm a complete.
You can't just do the dungeons, because then you won't, like, experience all of it. That's one thing our good friend Tricky Dick was trying to play through that game. All he did was the dungeons. And by the time he got to the second to last one, he only had like 6 hearts. Because you have to do side quests in order to get heart pieces and shit like that. So, if you don't do the side quests...
That's very different than like the other games in the genre.
You get a lot of like masks and items from doing different quests and stuff. And you can upgrade your sword to like up to 2 levels or some shit like that. And like, yeah, you can.
It's the same with Wind Waker. Like, you can upgrade your shield to like the reflective shield, or whatever.
Yeah, you can do that too.
That's good.
Except like I think you get the mirror shield from the dungeon. Yeah, you get it from the.
That's awesome, dude. I'll play through that. That'll be a good thing. Back to Wind Waker though. I think Wind Waker is one of the Zelda, at least one of the Zelda games out there that's so split. Either people love it or they hate it with a passion. Because there's no in between. I've never seen anybody in between. You either ask somebody, hey, have you played Wind Waker? And they'll be like, Wind Waker, I love that game. But they're like, no, that game sucks. It's the worst thing to happen.
Because those people are fucking closed-minded and think it's just a fucking cartoon.
That's true. I love that game. If you give that game's exploration, bar none, it's the best out of all. Better than the new one that came out.
Oh, Skyward Sword's exploration was a piece of shit.
Like,
that was the one thing I hated about that game. Was like, no, not the flying, just the exploration. Because a lot of it was like, I thought it would be like a combination of like Wind Waker and like Twilight Princess. Because Twilight Princess had a huge Hyrule field.
And you can run around and be ready for it.
And then, so I thought like the clouds would be more like Wind Waker, where it would be a bunch of like different sky islands scattered about, and then the land beneath the clouds would be more like Hyrule Field from Twilight Princess.
That would have been pretty awesome.
That would have been amazing, but it wasn't. I mean, the field below was really big, and it felt like the entire thing was kind of like a dungeon.
But you felt, you kind of like, you dropped off your bird and you went to different areas. That was it.
And there was only really one hub town, which was...
The only thing, though, about Wind Waker that most people hate, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it completely, was collecting the Triforce in the end.
That was
a lot of people hated it.
I just thought it was pointless.
Very pointless, yes.
It was basically just padding. That was all it was.
It was.
Pad the game out.
The explanation for it though, the sea music. That sea music is just fantastic,
that's like,
man.
What do I do here?
Oh, you get out. You beat the trial.
Oh.
No, you're done. Once it says like you get everything, once the little thing lets up, the monocle, whatever.
Yeah.
You good.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I love that game, but you know another thing that stopped me from beating Skyward Sword?
What?
The rule of 3.
What?
The rule of 3. 3 dungeons. 3. You have to dip your blade in 3 different things, so it's actually the Master Blade. You have to get.
You had to do that in Wind Waker.
I know, but it got so ridiculous. By the end of it, I had to go back to the dragons 1 billion times just to get there. Like, oh, let's get the 3 parts of the songs from the dragons. Let's go back to the dragons. Let's get the dragons. Let's go to the dungeons. You have to go through those dungeons at least 3 different times.
No, you don't. You maybe go through some of them twice.
Some of them?
Nah, you don't go through
You have
all
to get
of
3
them.
parts of the song.
Yes.
From the dragon.
Yes.
Before that, you have to heal the dragons and release them. The water dragon, you have to bring the little water thing to the water
but you
temple.
go through new dungeons. Those were new dungeons. You go back to the same area, but you go through a new dungeon.
Do you not see the rule of 3 though? 3, 3, 3, 3. But by the end of it, I got tired of it. I was like, you know what? I'm not going through the desert again. I'm not going through the same stupid dungeon.
And besides, there were different parts. The desert, the second part where you go back to the desert was completely different from the first part.
Fine, but you can't tell me.
What are you talking about?
You just go back to the same places over and over.
You don't go back into the same dungeons though. You go back into like the same areas.
I went back to the same dungeons at least twice.
But the areas when you revisit them were drastically different, except the volcano one. That was just kind of the same. That one was basically the volcano was like erupting, and Yeah.
And then,
But-
what about
What about the desert?
the desert?
That was like the best thing ever. When
you go back
when
and then you activate the little thing after. You can actually activate it now, and then you like did the changes. But you play through the same dungeon though.
No, you're not playing through the same dungeon.
You're playing through the same dungeon.
Listen to me.
You're
Through
playing
this ignorance that you're
same
spouting.
dungeon
It's
with
not
a
the same.
different paint coat on it.
No, you're not. What you're going through the second time, do you even remember the Kraken ship? Or did you not get to that?
I got it. Shit.
That was like the best dungeon ever. And to get there, you went through a completely different area of the desert, which was basically like you morphed the desert, or you did that time travel bullshit where with the crystal things that made the desert into a sea. That was completely different from the first time you went, which was like when you were dealing with the mine carts.
I guess you're right. The only thing that I don't know, man, too much collecting. There,
I'll give you that. There was a lot of collecting.
Hey, they want to collect the 3 parts of the song, the 3 flames of the blade, the purifying on these waters or whatever.
Man, that final fight.
I never got to the final fight. I heard it was amazing.
Amazing.
I heard it was amazing. I really wanted to beat it.
It's up there with Wind Waker's final fight for me.
Wind Waker's final. That ending to that boss is just the
How long
greatest.
have we been recording for?
I don't know. We should check this.
Probably check it.
If it's too long, get the end of the podcast. Alright, that's a fucking hour long.
It's been an hour, so I guess
Alright, so signing off on the podcast. We got lazy today. My
Alright.
TVs couldn't handle HDMI.
apparently
Alex.
not. So we decided to play 2 Human and talk about random games such as Zelda and DMC and a little bit of 2 Worlds. So you got the complete package, folks.
This is what happens when we get lazy.
Yep.
Alright, FatCats signing off.
Alright, I guess.